What is up? Welcome back to the channel. Back again with another new figure, another unboxing, another time to talk toys, I guess. So today I got a little bit of a different one. I guess I kind of took a risk. I don't really know what you want to call it. It's not really a risk, I suppose, but today we're checking out the old Captain Planet. There he is right there. We'll get him out of the box and stuff so you can see him better in a sec, but this is Captain Planet. I honestly don't have any idea like what company made this or like how. It's not like a Hasbro, Mattel. It's not like any of the big company names. It's like a third-party company that I've never really heard of. I don't even know what it is, to be honest. I can't read some of the languages in English, some of the languages in like another, like Japanese, I assume that is, maybe Chinese. I don't really know. I don't read either of those languages, so I would guess it's probably Chinese, maybe. I don't know. But then it also has English on here. So like, product contains functional sharp edges, faithfully reconstructed from the 1990s animation cell. So like, I don't know. There's English on here and Chinese or whatever that is. The other weird thing that I noticed that I thought was interesting is right here on the front. So there's like this black piece of tape right here. And originally it was covering this brown thing. So it's almost like whatever company made this or whoever was a part of this didn't want to be anymore. So like, this is a piece cut out of the cardboard. And like, you can just barely see the little, I don't know, R circle thing that's on a lot of different products, the whatever that is, registered, or I don't know what that is, but it's usually at the end of like a company's name, and then this black piece of tape was over it. So whatever company that was, I don't, either didn't want it anymore or stopped selling it. I have no idea. So I thought that was interesting, but we're gonna pop this open and see what it's all about. Captain Planet was a cartoon back in the late 80s, early 90s, maybe. Probably early 90s-ish. I'm not 100% sure exactly. It was a little bit before my time. My brother was into it a little bit more when we were growing up, so I would watch reruns and different things like that. We might have had one of the VHSs that had some episodes on it. I'm not 100% sure on that, but yeah, Captain Planet. Basically, the story was like, there's like five teenagers, whatever, and they would wear these rings right here, and like when they would combine their rings, they would call Captain Planet, and he would help save the day against different evils and whatever. But yeah, let's open this and see what it's all about, see what the quality's like, what the articulation's like, things like that. I picked this up on AliExpress, however you pronounce that, which I believe is is kind of like a similar to Temu but different, in that it's okay, we got a lot of stuff coming out here. It sells a bunch of different kinds of stuff similar to Temu, and it has like, I think it does a lot of like Ollie's or Big Lots types things where they sell stuff that other retailers couldn't sell, if you will. So a lot of times, like if a company goes under or something like that and they're in the middle of making a product, I think it goes to AliExpress or AliExpress, and they then kind of sell it. But so here's the first kind of power ring that you get. These are bigger, so they're definitely not made to fit on the figure. They're more made for like you to wear if you wanted to. They're pretty small, so they only fit on my pinky finger for me. But yeah, there's the two rings that you get, a gold and a silver one. I don't exactly know what elements those colors represent, because each one represented like a different element of like the planet, I guess, or whatever. So like wind and different things like that. Like I said, I was pretty young, so the last time I watched one of these cartoons was like, I was probably a kid, teenager maybe even, but it's been a long time. He's always been it's always been a show that like I thought it would be cool to collect the figures, but I didn't have a ton of like nostalgia for it, I suppose, because it was a little bit before my time. But when I saw this come up, I thought it was cool enough, and it fits in with like, it's a bigger figure. The classic figures are smaller, so they're not like in the same scale as like the Mattels or the different things, you know, Marvel Legends, stuff like that I'm more used to collecting. But I saw this and I thought it would be cool and a good way to have Captain Planet represented in my collection. He's a little shorter than like a Mattel Elite, but so he might be in like the 5-inch scale instead of Mattel's or a 6-inch scale. But yeah, there he is. He looks pretty good, actually. Like, he looks good. He feels good. He doesn't look or feel like super cheap, if you will. He's got a lot of good articulation. So we'll kind of go through that a little bit, since this is a company that I don't know. I don't even know the name of the company, to be honest. But he does have the double jointed pinless elbows, so that's pretty cool. Got him on both sides. He does have the double jointed pinless knees. He does have a toe curl, which is interesting, but it does have a pin in the toe curl, so you can see the pin there. There's the toe curl there. He does have the hips, but because of his like underwear trunks, it kind of stops the hips from going up, as you can see there. So he doesn't do a full split. He just does like a V shape. He's got your normal kind of shoulder joints that you get with most action figures nowadays. He's got the head swivel, that kind of deal. And then he has a nice ab crunch. He kind of has a double jointed ab crunch, if you will, where he moves like right below the breast line area, and then he has a normal kind of like in the ab area where he moves. So he's kind of, like I said, kind of double jointed. You can see it there where like there's the joint there and then the joint right below it there. But yeah, he looks really good. He feels really good. He may not stand the best, unfortunately, because he seems like his ankle joints might be a little bit loose. So like it's not gonna, like his ankles, instead of holding him straight up, they might kind of sway a little bit. He doesn't have a hole on the bottom, so you can't do any type of stand with him. But he does come with some extra heads here. So these look kind of funny, because I guess you're supposed to take the hair off and put the hair on the new head instead of the head or the hair being all kind of a part of it. But yeah, there's kind of like a grimacing face, if you will. Let me move my fingers. Grimacing face, so he's kind of like, you know, like he's fighting, if you will. This one almost looks like he might be a bad guy, because it's just the way the smirk looks. Like, he kind of reminds me of one of those like mischievous smirks, if you will. To there. This one is kind of like a straight face smile or whatever, but it has the raised eyebrow. He's doing like the people's eyebrow. He learned that from The Rock back in the day. So there's that. And then the one that's on him is just a straight face, no teeth or anything. Let me see how this head and hair thing even works. Yeah, it just pops off. So his head pops off like a normal head on any figure would, where it's like a ball joint and you just pop that onto the ball joint. And then the hair just kind of comes off and goes back on, you know, just like a, I don't know, puzzle piece or whatever. I'm probably going to stick with the head that he came on him anyways. Just, yeah, the hair piece I think was a mistake. That was a bad... Yeah, it doesn't really stay on. So there's kind of your first kind of chintzy or cheap thing with it. Let's see. It stays on there, so that's nice. But as soon as you start to try to move or pose his head, the hair pops right off. So that's unfortunate. Like, you can see it just, I barely touch it and it comes right off. Yeah, so that's kind of shitty. Like, they should have just molded the hair on and put the hair on all of the head pieces. I don't know why you wouldn't. Like, if you're going to give us extra heads, just put the hair on there. That's just a company trying to cheap out in some way. I don't even know how I'm sure it's a little cheaper to not put the hair on and just make the hair removable, but it just hurts the figure in the long run, like I said. At least it doesn't fall off when you're just doing that, but anytime you try to pose his head in any way, like if you're trying to do like a dynamic look or anything like that, as soon as you touch that hair piece, it pops right off. So that's unfortunate. He didn't come with any extra hands that I know of. Actually, I do have this here. I don't know if there's anything in this. This looks to be like a stand to hold him up, which is kind of nice because, like I said, his ankles feel a little loose. I don't know if there's, yeah, there is hands in here. Okay. So that's cool. Oh, and it even has little stickers for the different elements right there. So I don't know if these are for, yeah, I think they're for the rings. I think you could slide them into the, like the clear piece of the ring right there, and you could be the different elements if you wanted to. I mean, I'm either gonna lose those or never open that bag, probably would be what will happen, but yeah, then he has what? The set of hands on him is 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5 total sets of hands, it looks like. I just dropped one somewhere, but he has the fisted hands that he has, then he has like an open hand. Then he has what I call, or what most people call, the C grips, where he could hold like a weapon or some type of something in his hand. Then he has the pointing fingers right there, so he could do a point. And then I'm probably gonna use one of these hands actually too, where he has the thumbs up hands. Can't really see the thumbs up, but yeah, so he's doing the thumbs up. But there's that. And then he also comes with a display stand right here that has the, whatever this is called, the thing that holds them up, if you will, right here. Take all these out. So, dang, what the heck? How do these go together? Okay, there we go. That pops into there. All right, and then does he have a hole or anything on him? How would this hold him? Am I missing something here? What the hell? Huh. Weird. Apparently I'm not as smart as the toy, I guess. But yeah, there's the stand right there. It's weird that he doesn't have a way to kind of go into the stand, I guess. Usually there's like either a clamp part here that you would like clamp around the figure, or the figure itself has a hole on it and you just put this into the hole of the figure, and that's what holds him up. So that's kind of weird that it doesn't have either of those, or that don't know what I'm doing, I guess. It's possible I left it in the other box that I tossed over there. I don't know. I'll have to check that out after I'm done filming here, but you don't need to see what it looks like on a stand. I mean, he just stands up. Let me switch some hands out and kind of see how I want to display him. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do at least one with the thumbs up there. I like that. That's pretty cool. And that. Something like that maybe. But yeah, pretty cool. Captain Planet there. Like I said, I don't know a ton about this show and stuff. I mean, it was before my time. It was a cool show with cool colors and cool, like a superhero type thing, you know. And I always thought it would be cool to collect the original toys. I don't have like a ton of nostalgic connection to it, so it's hard to want to spend the money, especially when they're a little bit more expensive. Especially some of the Captain Planets, because there was multiple with him in different suits and stuff. and those can get kind of expensive. But I'm definitely happy to have him represented in my collection in some capacity, and this will do just fine. If they make more of the kids, you know, like this style figure, I'll probably pick them up so I can have the whole team, you know, of the 5 kids in the superhero kind of deal. But if not, it's fine to just have Captain Planet. He was the main character of the show. He's the main one that you want. So very excited there. Hope you guys like this little look at this kind of, I don't want to call it a knockoff because I wouldn't say it's exactly a knockoff, but it's definitely a weirder type of figure, especially with all the different foreign languages on the box and stuff. And it came from a foreign company when I bought it. So I bought it on AliExpress, like I said, and it came from overseas somewhere. It took forever to get here. I don't know if it was because of the fact that it came from overseas, which I know that will take longer anyways, obviously, because it has to go, you know, from over there through all their systems and across the big ocean and all that stuff. But once it got into America, I got an alert like probably a week and a half ago, almost 2 weeks now, that it was in the country and it had cleared customs. I got the email from AliExpress. And then after that, checking the tracking, it was like it bounced around a bunch. So I don't know if that like foreign countries label just messed up the post office system or what, that it kept going to the wrong places. But it finally got here, so I'm excited for that. Excited that I was able to check it out and play with it. I do think it's cool. I do like it. So I would say it's a quality figure. I think the hair is the only downfall. That's a little frustrating that it falls off so easy. But for most collectors like myself, I'm not actively playing with this and actively, you know, having him fight bad guys, if you will. So it shouldn't be too bad once he's posed or once he's set up on the shelf to just kind of hang out there. So, but yeah, this has been Dylan with the Captain Planet review. I hope you enjoyed this one. I still got a lot of other reviews and stuff I'd like to do. It's just been hectic to have the time to do this, so I apologize for the delay or slowdown in videos. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this look at the new Captain Planet, and I will see you in the next one.